Hello friends, welcome back to another Manly Man tumbler tutorial. In this video, we're going to make a baseball tumbler. So I'm going to start out with this baseball vinyl from BAMF Custom Creations. Now, of course, you can use any sort of vinyl you want. I'll just say up front, this is a design that is very, very customizable. So if the guy you're making a baseball tumbler for has a favorite team, favorite colors, if they coach a team, all of those kinds of things, you can apply those specific likes to whatever your tumbler is going to end up looking like. This is just a generic, like, technique idea, I would say. So you can, again, customize the decals, you can use specific vinyl, all of that when you're doing this for a specific person and not just a YouTube tutorial. So I'm going to start out with my vinyl here. The name of this, by the way, is Baseball Vibes, and this is an opaque pattern. So I'm going to cut about a 3 to 4 inch wide strip, and we're going to wrap that around the bottom half of our tumbler. Once I had the vinyl on the cup, I realized I had cut too big of a section, so I'm going to use a 1-inch piece of painter's tape to tape around that top edge of the vinyl. Then I'll use that as a guide so that I can cut away 1 inch of this vinyl and not have so much of it on the tumbler. Then I took some more masking tape and I'm going to tape off my pattern vinyl now to protect it from the paint and alcohol inks and everything that I'm going to use on the top half of the tumbler. Now you can do this before you put all of your tape on your tumbler, but what I wanted to do was line up all of the seams of what I'm doing. So I removed a little piece of tape so that I could see where the seam of my vinyl is, and I'm going to make that one of the edges where we split the top portion of our tumbler in half. So I'm just going to draw a line on my masking tape where that seam is. So when I split my cup in half, I can put a piece of tape there so that we've got all of our seams, in the right place, if that makes sense. So once I've done that, I'm going to take more tape and I'm going to, like I said, split my cup in half vertically on the top half of the cup. So to do that, I'm going to follow that straight line that I created on the line with my seam, and then I'm going to bring the tape around the top of the tumbler, lay it down straight, and then I'm going to measure to make sure that my two halves are correct, and then I'll just adjust until my halves are as even as I can get them. For this first half, we're going to do a wood grain. So I took this out and spray painted it white, and now I'm going to go in with my alcohol inks. I'm using Tim Holtz inks. You can get these at pretty much any craft store. They come in a pack of 3. You get 3 different browns, so you have like a little wood grain pack ready to go. And then the chip brushes are just from Amazon. I get those in a big pack as well and just keep them on hand. So the color alcohol ink I'm using for this is ginger. I started out with ginger and now I'm going to move to another one. I didn't know which exact color I wanted to use, so I'm using caramel now. The nice thing about these brown alcohol inks is that you can literally mix them together just like I'm doing. You can do all different colors and really create a pretty wood grain. Now, wood grains are some of the easiest things that you can do when you're making tumblers. I do them so simply. There are people out there that can do really intricate like knots in the wood. They can make it look, really, really realistic and super duper cool. I just like to do a super basic wood grain. So take my chip brush, put a little bit of alcohol ink on the tumbler, and then I brush that out and I kind of go over it a few times to make some more little wood texture. But really, if you wanted to, you could just brush the ink on like this and be done. It looks like wood already, but again, you can go over it as many times as you need to and make it as intricate or as weathered or whatever as you would like. So I'm just going to go through and keep doing that until I'm happy with the wood look. But really, that's it for a wood grain. You need a brown alcohol ink, a chip brush, and then you just brush it on a white base. And there you go, you have wood grain. I let my alcohol ink dry overnight and then I removed all of my tape and I was ready to move on to the next half of our tumbler. I'm going to paint this red because of the red in our vinyl. I want to tie everything together, and since I'm making more of just a generic like baseball design, I'm not worried about color matching to any specific team or anything like that. So for this red, I decided to mix a few different red tones that I have from Arteza, and I'm just going to use those to paint this half of the tumbler. Of course, if you want, you can spray paint it, you can use different paint, whatever you want. I just have all of these Arteza paints and I need to use them. And since I'm not custom mixing any glitter for this, I thought it would be fun to custom mix a paint color. So I let that paint dry for about an hour and then I was ready to epoxy over it. So I'm going to add one coat of epoxy to the tumbler. I used the Flynn Supply Shop Fast Cure epoxy and the coat was about 20 milliliters. So now we've got a really nice smooth surface and we can do all of our vinyl work on this design. For our seams in between the wood grain and the red paint, I'm going to use this packing tape that I got from Amazon. I got this when I first started making tumblers in 2020 and I still have a ton of it. So this is definitely a good purchase, but this is clear baseball seams packing tape. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right on the seam where our two colors meet, and you'll see the red seams, but all of the clear tape will disappear under epoxy. So it's really cool. What I'm going to do is cut off the top and bottom extra, and then we'll move on and do that on the other side. Now, if you want to, you can wrap this around the middle portion of your cup rather than the seams, but I chose to do the seams in between the halves on the top, and then we'll do in just a little bit a vinyl strip around the middle of the tumbler where the top and bottom half meet. But of course, you can do it however you want. Now, obviously, the decals are where you can heavily customize your design here. So, if you are designing this for a guy who likes a specific team, coaches a specific team, has a favorite player, played himself and has a number. You can put the last name on there. There are tons of options for customizing these for specific people. But like I said, I'm just doing a generic baseball design here. So I'm going to put a generic baseball decal on my cup. This is from BAMF Custom Creations. So I'm going to put this down on the red side. But what I think would be really cool if you're making this for somebody is doing like a decal quote on one side, and then you can put like a name and number. You can put a sports team or whatever on the other side. But yeah, like I said, you can customize this a million different ways. This is just a sample to hopefully help inspire you. So after that decal is down, I'm going to take my gold textured metallic vinyl from TECKWRAP Craft, and I'm going to put a strip of that in the middle of our tumbler where our vinyl meets our painted sections. Once I've got that on my cup, I'm ready to go in and add my final coats of epoxy. This cup took 2 final coats, and for those I'm using the Flynn Sisters Supply Shop Artist Cure Epoxy as always. All right, that's it for this tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. It's super, super simple, super easy, and again, so customizable. As always, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my new videos, and I will see you again very soon for another Manly Man Tumbler tutorial. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye. Hello friends, thanks so much for watching this video. I want to say a huge special thank you to my elite fam, my channel members, and my subscribers. You all make this channel possible, so thank you so much for being part of the fam. If you want more exclusive content from me, you can join my elite fam at patreon.com/elitefam. You can find my tumblers and digital files on my website madebymalstudio.com. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram at madebymal_studio. Here's another video for you to check out, and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Love you. Bye.